Yo, sup, Chuckle Fucks? It's your boy, Dark Raikou here. With What If Issei unlock Master Ultra? No, I'm just kidding. Basically, what if Issei had Ultra Instinct? But yeah. So pretty much, how should I mention this? Issei is not a Saiyan. Let me mention this right now. Issei is not a Saiyan. He's just a normal human being who managed to unlock Ultra Instinct, the form that barely the god can even reach. But yeah, now Issei does have Ultra Instinct. He's going to learn this technique when he's at the break of death. So other than that, let me begin into this what if. Let me shut the fuck up and let me begin. Okay. So we begin into the battle between Kokubil and mostly the Red Dragon Emperor. Now, this is where, while mostly Kokubil is quite strong and powerful, and he's easily defeating mostly the Parage of Rias Gremory, and also Sona Sifri's Parage, there's also defeating the Exorcist and some other people. But this is where, before anything can happen, this is where a giant light spear was actually aimed towards Rias to actually defeat her. But this is where Issei managed to kind of like didn't block the light spear. He blocked it with his body by pushing her out of the way. This is where Issei coughed up blood and fell down to the ground. He's like, sorry about that, Rias. This is where Rias was shocked and said, Issei. This is where, she was crying and actually screaming for Issei's name. Everyone was shocked that Issei literally just took down that light spear, and of course he's actually dying. He slowly became a donut. That's not, whatever. But this is where, everyone was just shocked. This is where, Kokubil was laughing, saying, wow, this guy was so weak. The Red Dragon Emperor, my ass. That child could not even be able to become the Red Dragon Emperor. D-Drake is telling Issei to stay alive, but this is where Issei slowly drifting off to death. But this is where, mostly he's remembering some words of encouragement from his favorite anime. For some reason, he just thought about this. His favorite anime. His one anime that he watched in middle school and he wanted to practice and how to master this technique. One time just because when he saw it, he thought it was so fucking cool. This is where, the words just came out of nowhere. This is where, so pretty much you just hear in the background of like Issei's head.
Everything to you, my promise everything. Like wolves already fail you. Trespass into the domain of the gods and use that right to talk and cheering. Do it, Kakarot!
Yes, Issei just thought of that, and this is where a gluish like aura, mostly like this bluish kind of galaxy aura around him, started appearing. This is where, mostly Issei started kind of remembering the names. Ultra Instinct. This is where, mostly the double heiress, Sona is actually having her kind of neck wrap. This is where, her sister came, and this is where, her sister says, you bastard, let go of my sister. This is where Kokubil is like, oh, Seraph. It's been interesting, but no, this is where one explosion of white light actually appeared from mostly where the Red Dragon Emperor should have lay at. What the? Huh? Everyone just looks towards mostly where Issei's body's at. This is where Issei right now kind of like moves his head right now up, and this is where, he started kind of like still glowing. His eyes are still white. But this is where, mostly the light is starting kind of dying down a little bit. But this is where, what stands there is none other than Issei, standing up. His chest is still kind of wounded, but this is where, it actually somehow healed. This is where, his eyes, when he opens them, are no longer just a goldenish brown, but silver. Literally fucking pure silver. This is where, his hair is standing up, and of course, it's like this little line of like bluish aura around him. Just a little thin line, while mostly this other glow of like this galaxy kind of silverish glow of bluish auras around him also. That's where, not just when he activated this mode, not just a couple of people on this earth in different dimensions felt this, like Great Red Orpheus and other gods, but other beings from outer space felt this. When they were actually traveling to actually go into a planet and actually destroy it because that population has went wild, mostly the god who is actually known as the god of destruction, and mostly the angel of this universe, felt it. They were like, what's that? This is where one of them asked mostly their angel. This is where the angel says, yes, my lord. It seems that someone has now awoken our instinct. Mostly, someone has just passed into the domain of the gods. Barely the gods can reach. And yes, this person has now reached it. Interesting. Well, after my destruction of this planet, I'll go to that planet to see what it is. Who exactly just Trespass or let me say again. Who just trespass in the gods of the domain or the domain of gods? This is interesting. This is where they go to the planet, and that's where we go into mostly back into Issei. Issei's mostly just features. He looks quite stoic, and that's where mostly before anything can happen. This is where mostly Sona is right now in Issei's arm. It's like bridal stuff, while fucking Kokuyo just looks at his arm and says, "What the hell?" No one can even react to the speed that Issei just moved at. He just fucking took one step before just appearing right next to on the ground, and right now having Sona in his hands. Sona is blushing because mostly the serious look that Issei has in his eyes, and just turns around towards Kokuyo. Kokuyo just says, "What the?" He turns around right now, glaring at mostly Issei, but before he can even make the light spur, this is where multiple heads started appearing around his mouth. This is where he falls down to the ground, and then this what the? Ow! This is where, Issei puts down Sona quite gently down to the ground. This is where Sona was blushing. This is where, Issei right now looks at Kokuyo. This is where, he starts walking towards Kokuyo. This is where Kokuyo says, "Don't get cocky, human. You're nothing but a damn halfling." This is where he starts sending multiple light spears straight towards Issei. And Issei just kind of blocked out the light spear that was aimed towards Sona. But of course, dodges some of them. Ding, ding, ding. Like, some of them are aimed for his head, and he's easily dodging. Right, left, down, up, down. Yeah, you get the point. That motherfucker's dodging. That motherfucker is, like, literally dodging everything that Kokuyo's sending. Kokuyo says, Don't get cocky! And this is where all you hear from Issei is just one thing just dropping down to the ground. And this is where, that thing was literally just like some kind of coin. This is where, Sanjay actually dropped it, but it wasn't actually Issei. He just like threw it towards Issei just to see if Issei's okay. And this is where, just to see if he's distracted. But this is where Issei catches it with one finger and just drops it to the ground. This is where, Issei wasn't even looking towards Sanjay's direction. He just catches that with only 2 fingers. Sanjay says, "Holy shit, what the hell did Issei even unlock?" He looked at mostly Issei's like Parage members being, not Parage members, mostly like his friends, his allies. They look at him confused. Koneko is right now just looking at him with just look of, what the? She thought it was Senju, but this is not Senju energy. This is something else. And before Kokuyo can even react, Issei right now appeared right in front of Kokuyo, sending a strong, heavy punch to Kokuyo's stomach. This is where he coughed a bit of blood and said, "What the hell are you? This is impossible." This is where, mostly Issei said, "Nothing's impossible." He finally talked. This is where, you just lost to me. This is where, mostly Kokuyo says, You're quite cocky, kid." This is where he makes light spears appear from underneath Issei, but this is where the light spear got destroyed in an instant. This is where, mostly Kokuyo says, "I won't lose." He spreads out his 10 wings and says, "I'll kill you." He makes a huge ass light spear, saying, "I'll pour all my energy into this and I'll kill you." This is where, mostly Issei looks at this, and this is where, Issei right now remembers the technique. Well, before he remembers that technique, this is where, he then feels like his aura is kind of depleting, but this is where, Issei didn't give up. This is where, so the steam started appearing around mostly Issei. So just think of Keflip to be Kokuyo, while mostly Issei's Kokuyo. So yeah, Issei right now makes a Kamehameha in his hand while he's dodging Kokubel's light spear, because even though he poured enough energy into this giant light spear, he still needed to kind of stop Issei from rushing towards him, because the motherfucker is literally flying while fucking being a natural instinct and dodging fucking Kokubel's attack. Kokubel says, "Don't get cocky, you damn human!" Lunges the light spear straight towards Issei. Issei then fucking pulled out the Kamehameha. This is where a giant blue flash right now rushes straight towards Kokubel, and Kokubel could not dodge this. All he saw was, boom! He gets erased from existence. This is where Issei falls down to the ground right now, going. This is where his aura is right now depleting. His actual instinct is right now disappearing. This is where all he just thinks about was, that shit was fucking dope. He then looks at everyone and just smiles and says, "Hey guys." Falls down in an instant. But yeah. But other than that, this would be the end of this part 1. Yes, I know it's short. Just like the current one, I know it's short. But other than that, I need to go. Other than that, bye soon. Yeah.